Okay, so we're over on the hot side of the kitchen here at State Street, and we have our boiling water started. Once it comes to a boil, we'll add a little pinch of salt. It's good to add it after it comes to a boil because it will take longer for the water to boil if you add the salt too soon. Then we have our gnocchi that we prepared, and those are just going to go in the boiling water.
For how long?
They'll start to float, maybe 3-4 minutes, somewhere in that range. Again, it depends on how many you put in. You don't want to overload your pot with gnocchi.
Okay.
And then once we pull those out, they'll dry off, and then we'll start to saute those. So we have some already ready to go so that we can kind of show you the saute. So we get a nice hot pan on the stove. We start with a little bit of extra virgin olive oil, just enough to coat the bottom of the pan. And then we wait a little bit because it's really important that this gets really nice and hot before you start sauteing the gnocchi, because they'll have a tendency to stick to the bottom of the pan. So it's really important to get that nice and hot. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put some in now. What we do at this point, we add just a little bit of butter. Now, this is less about seasoning the dish or making the dish richer. This is more about getting some nice quick browning on the gnocchi to provide a little texture on the gnocchi. And that butter helps. But you can see it's an extremely small amount. That's European butter. It's wonderful butter. And we just get those guys right in like that. And you don't want to shake them right away. Let them kind of work, start to get seared. Then you give them just a little bit of a shake so they break apart. And then we're not going to shake. A lot of times you see in the movies or on TV, you see these chefs sauteing and sauteing and sauteing. It's a little bit for the show. In reality, we want things to nicely and evenly sear, so just kind of spreading those out. You're seeing getting a nice little color already. Then what we do is we add some spinach. Nice bit of spinach. And we add some chopped tomatoes. Chopped tomatoes, fresh tomatoes. Once the tomatoes go in, I like to season the tomatoes with a little salt. And we put some pine nuts in. Just a little bit of Parmesan. And now we're going to go ahead and start to cook it a bit.
That's fun.
Yeah, that's our action. So then we have our plate. And really, once everything has good color and we're confident that everything's been heated up nicely, I don't like to go too long with it. I like the tomatoes to stay kind of fresh. And then there's just a couple more steps to finish the dish. Now to finish the dish, we'll go ahead and put a generous amount of aged Parmesan. This is the real Parmesan from Parma, Italy. We do just a little bit more of olive oil around the dish. And then we do a couple turns of coarse pepper. And that completes the dish, the sweet potato gnocchi.
Thank you, chef. Thank you, Kristen.